of our goals here on Sunnyside Up Farm is for every day to eat something that we've raised here on the farm. In the summer, it's really easy to go outside and grab some lettuce, cucumbers, and tomatoes and make yourself a salad. But in the wintertime, it's not quite as easy. In the summer, I do preserve a lot of tomatoes and things, and this year I did beans for the first time from our garden. So today we're going to make chili, and everything in the chili is pretty much from our garden or from raised on our farm. So let's go shopping. All right, so now we're down in our basement, and this is where we keep all of the food that I can over the summer. So we're going to go into one of the cabinets. This has a lot of the tomato sauce I made, and it's got some potatoes down at the bottom. And today we're going to grab a couple of jars of tomato sauce. We're going to take 2 quarts with us, and we'll head down to the next cabinet. This cabinet is full of beans and pickles and chicken broth, and also has some extra flour stored down here. But today we need some beans that I canned. These were black beans, Cherokee, Trail of Tears I believe they were. And we're going to start out with 3 jars of that. Alright, now we're going to head over to the freezer. This freezer has a lot of the vegetables. It's got our chickens, our ground turkey that we raised. We're going to take some pumpkin. When I can the pumpkin, when I process the pumpkin, you can't can it. You have to freeze it. So I just freeze it in 1 cup little bags, ready to use. We also have some, these are roasted peppers. I roast the peppers on the grill, then I pull the black part off the outside, chop them up, and again, I put them in 1 cup sections in the freezer, ready for a recipe. All right, let's head upstairs. And on our way up the stairs, we're going to grab a couple of onions to add to the chili.
Okay.
All right, here we go upstairs, and let's get everything out of our box. The only other thing we need is we've got to get some ground turkey, and that I took up out of the freezer last night and let it thaw out in the fridge overnight. So let me see if I can get that. This is a pound of our homegrown turkey. It's a mixture of both the white and dark meat. And when we processed our turkeys last year, we took 2 of them and we cut off all the meat and just ground it all together and put it in these freezer bags for later use. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to start by browning our turkey, and then we're going to get started with chopping our onions. Then I'm going to add the chopped onions and let those cook down a little bit before we add them to the Instant Pot. I'm going to break up the meat a little bit as it cooks. And it looks like it's sticking on there a little bit, but at the end I'm going to take a little bit of the tomato juice and pour it in here, and that will get the rest of that up, so it's not a problem. Alright, so to start off, I'm going to open my jars of tomato sauce, and this is tomato sauce I made over the summer, and the only thing that's in it, I've got homegrown tomatoes, homegrown basil, and some chopped garlic. So that goes right into the Instant Pot. And start out with 2 and see at the end how thick it looks. If it looks like it needs a little bit more, I might add a little bit more tomato sauce. Alright, and then we're going to open the beans. We're going to rinse those before we dump those in. But these also are beans that I canned. I grew Cherokee Trail of Tears for the first time this year, and that's not a bean that you want to eat young. That one we left on the vine until it dried in the end of the summer, and then we were able to open the bean pods and get all these nice black beans. Okay, let's go over to the sink. thick in there. Okay, rinse those off. And grab a towel. All right, and put those in the pot. We're going to add some pumpkin, and that just, you don't even taste the pumpkin in it, but it does help to thicken it up. And I just put that in there frozen right from the freezer. And these are a mixture of bell peppers. I think I had some jalapeno peppers in here. Some chili peppers, a little bit of everything, but it's not too hot, so it should be good. I may add just a little more tomato sauce to it. Let me stir it up and see. Yeah, we might add some tomato sauce to it. Let me see, after I put everything else in, I'll make that decision. Up a little bit. All right, I realized I forgot the corn. I usually add a little bit of corn to my chili just to give it a little bit of, you know, something extra. So let me run downstairs to the basement and grab some corn. All right, I got the corn. I probably use about half of this. This I think is 2 cups of corn in each bag. And we've tried canning corn. I don't care for it canned. I'd rather have it frozen. So that's what I like to do with it.
What variety of corn was that?
Never been kissed? No, something been kissed.
Who gets kissed?
Who gets kissed?
It was an open pollinating variety that we grew for the first time, and we saved the seeds from that. We really liked it, and hopefully we can grow it again this year from the seeds that we saved.
All right, I'm going to add just a little bit of corn to it, again frozen, and maybe a cup, maybe not quite. It'll just add a little something to it. Okay. So far, everything that I've put into the chili was grown or raised here on the farm. The only thing I haven't been able to do yet is grow my own spices, but I've got some cumin and some chili powder, and we're going to add that, and everything else is from the farm. I usually add my spices. I'm going to add about 2 tablespoons of each, give or take, and it's however much you like. And I usually add it to the hot meat in the pan. I don't know why this isn't coming out. Do about half that, and kind of let it infuse with the meat a little bit. And like I said, if you like more spice, you could add more. If you like less spice, add less. And we'll let that cook for just a minute. Okay, this looks good. So now it's about time to add the turkey into the rest of the chili. All right, here we go. All right, and I'm going to add a little water to this tomato jars and rinse them out. Rinse out the rest of the tomatoes and put it in the pan. And take the spatula around, and that will kind of get up most of anything that's stuck to the bottom of the pan. Okay, let's pour that in. Okay, now I'll give it a quick stir. I think that looks pretty good. We're going to plug it in. Okay. All right, we got the lid on. Just push the chili button. Okay. It's on. It's going to take a little while to, I think the frozen things that are in there is going to cause it to delay really starting the countdown. But in a little while, we'll have a pot of chili. All right, the chili's done. I've already released the pressure. Now let's open it up and see what it looks like. So there you go. Homegrown chili, pretty much everything here from our farm. Let me grab a bite. And I just want to let you know that sometimes when I make the chili, I do it in the slow cooker and do it low and slow all day long. Sometimes I've done it on a pot on the stove top. That's fine too. And depending on my tomatoes, if they're a little juicier, I don't add water. If they're not quite juicy enough, I do add water. So it all depends on what you've got there. So it's just a basic recipe. We're going to put it down in the description. And we hope you enjoy it. And just remember, we hope all your days are sunny side up.